And so that experiment actually helped lead to the language of this building, which is under construction. And this is in Dubai. This particular building was a product of a design competition, and one of the weaknesses of a design competition is that you always have to come up with something sensational, otherwise they're going to pick the other guy. We came up with this idea of a twisting shape, and it was had a little bit to do with some of the experiments we were doing, and this was kind of in our minds at the moment, but it actually it responded to a requirement of the brief, and the brief said that the footprint of the building had to be sort of an oblong shape that was parallel to the marina. Here you see the marina. It's actually parallel to the marina down at the base, but the views are spectacular up high towards the Gulf. So we twisted the shapes to take advantage of the views towards the Gulf and towards the bulk of the city of Dubai up at the top, and these views towards the marina down low. And it was a way of kind of getting around this requirement of the master plan of this whole area, which is called Dubai Marina. This is the form. Victor Gain, who's here now, did some amazing work, and this is a whole other story. And Victor's given lectures on how the new software that we have allows you to work on the form of buildings by adjusting the parameters of your digital model. So this is actually a digital model, and Victor was able to create a form that you could adjust the shape of and analyze as you're designing the project. And this is a kind of software that and a kind of an expertise that allowed us to do this building, which I don't think would have been possible without it. But we actually had to test different degrees of rotation on it to measure it against cost and to measure it against sort of the structural loads. So there's a whole other story there, but this actually gives you a sense of what the geometry is like of the building. And this is just a sort of a snapshot of the skin of the tower, and a little bit like this other project that was in Doha. The desire of the client was for great views. They wanted floor-ceiling glass, but we didn't want to give them a sort of a glassy building, so we pushed the structure out to the surface of the tower, and we inserted perforated screens that temper the amount of daylight that's coming in, so you don't end up with a harsh light at the window, and still provides great views out to the Gulf in this case as well. So you can see here these perforated screens with the glass line set back from the structure, so the structure shades the window as well as these perforated screens. In certain cases, these are balconies for the units. In some cases, it's just an inset area. And this is a little bit what it's like to be inside. So rather than having this bright spot of sun right by the window that's uncomfortable to be in, you still have these great views out to the Gulf, but a more diffused daylight coming into the space. This Dubai tower is all residential. It's not office. It's all apartments, as are many of the new buildings that are going up in Dubai. That's also a little bit why there's this sort of cellular quality when you look at the facade, and the nature of these residential buildings. Everybody who moves in is going to do something a little bit different in their apartment, and we wanted to create a skin that allowed that to happen without spoiling the appearance of the building. So if somebody wants to hang red curtains in their apartment, it's not going to stand out as sort of jarring as you look at the building from the exterior.